What? We shouldn't be getting a black screen of death. What? Okay, there we go. And mic's on, cool. Make sure game's running. Okay. Alright, sorry about that. Just gotta get myself set up here. How's it going, everyone? Starster Blue here. Welcome to part 3 of building Ancient Crossroads. I did a little bit of work last night, a couple hours after the stream ended, and I got some stuff done for Heracles. Got a nice little waterfall right here. We got kind of the Parthenon in a way. It's not solidly pillars and stuff. You can kind of go inside here. It looks kind of hollow, but guests shouldn't be going in here too much. I'm not too concerned about it kind of blending in. And it kind of blended in this part, so it looks a little better. But that's kind of where we're at now. And I've decided that I was going to do something in the queue line for like the 12 labors of Heracles, but I think that's going to be a little bit too, that might be a little too demanding on the computer. And it was probably... It would be really nice to do it, but I don't know if there'd be enough space. Let me see if I can actually do this, because I was going to do something with this, but it may be taking up too much file space on like the hard drive and stuff. And even then, I think I did something similar with entropy in TCS World, but I'm not exactly sure if I wanted to do that, or I guess we could do one. We can kind of, the way it's 4 rows, so we can kind of do this. We can kind of put 3 of the labors over here, and then put the other 3 on the other side, and then probably do something like this. But the artwork, I wasn't able to get that stuff done. I had some IRL commitments I had to take care of first. But if I'm able to get those labors done, I'm gonna move this one over here. So that way it's kind of a lot more even, and it's kind of halfway, so you can easily see them on both sides. So I'm gonna head down on that, and I'm gonna put some of the Tuscan cypress trees right there, and we're gonna put a few more on this side as well. We might put a couple more on this side of the garden. There we go. And this is kind of, I guess I started this last night, but I didn't finish it. But we're gonna put these narcissus flowers, put these. Basically sweep these all the way across. So we'll just go all the way down the line here, get enough of them down so that we can get a nice little queue. And if there's some space and stuff, I don't think there's enough space in this queue. I may do it for Adonis. It might be better for Adonis anyway, and definitely better for the Argonauts. But we just move those over there. We're just going to keep sweeping these all the way over there. All the way across, just like that. And we can kind of put them on the outside of this one as well. So we just go, there's going to be a lot of these little flowers that we're going to be putting in. So kind of slowly making our way through there. I know that there's no poster in the park that's going to be named Narcissus. It would fit perfectly, but I kind of wanted to save it for gods rather than mortals. But well, to be fair, though, Heracles is a demigod, and the Argonauts are not necessarily gods either. Although, correct me if I'm wrong, but Jason, not my Jason, obviously, but Jason, the leader of the Argonauts, he's one of the few mortals that in mythology the Greeks, or that Hera doesn't hate. In fact, he's actually kind of blessed by her a few times over the course of the story. But that story is more of a tragedy rather than one with a happy ending. So I think I'm not going to put the flowers on that last row. I think it's good enough to put the flowers just like those. And then I think we can put a couple small oak trees. So let's see if we can go with those small oaks. Let's kind of go with some deciduous here. So deciduous trees, we're going to put the oak 3s are huge, but the oak 1s the oak ones would fit perfectly in this queue line. So yeah, the oak 3s are way too big. And then we're gonna move the other ones over here. Actually, we don't really have enough space for those. We could put some poplars, because I do have some poplars on the ride. Yeah, as I said, I kind of put the poplars in already, and I haven't really decided what I wanted to do with this space over here. We're gonna move this tree a little bit this way, a little to my left there. That way, you get a little bit more of that. You get a little bit more of the wall there. So now, this spot here, we're gonna need to put either put in a flat ride or we're gonna put in a hotel. I haven't decided what to do yet. Either that, or we can work on the Adonis line, and then, yeah, these little posters here. Once I get the art done for those, then yeah, those can be put in. But for now, I'm trying to decide what to do next. Should we put I guess we should work on the Adonis queue. So this one, we're gonna sculpt it down. We're gonna sculpt it down a little bit towards here. We're gonna make a little bit of a pond. And I didn't quite get the art done for this one yet either. As I said this morning, I had a couple IRL things I had to take care of, and so I didn't really get a chance to do anything, and also had some stuff pop up for another game that some players needed me to join them for a raid in Star Wars, so I kind of did that for a little bit as well. So that took a couple hours, but it would have been nice for us to get Bronis down, but maybe next time. Bronis is a pretty rough boss, but it was the first time that I was able to see the final phase, so personal progress definitely made a lot of improvement. So I think we could put some more of we could put some sycamores or something there. Maybe put like a little shrine. I think a little shrine might be a little something a little bit better there. So we're gonna go and create like a little bit of a shrine, not much of one. We don't have a lot of space, but put something like that. And we're gonna put a couple columns. Let me see if I don't have the stucco on this one. So let's go building, and let's go and put a little building there. We're gonna put in probably. Let's see here, building materials. Let's go with stucco. All right, so we're gonna put some stucco here. Let's put some, we're gonna use the flat roof here on the sides. There's gonna be some pillars, but on the top we're gonna go with like tiled wood. I kind of wanted to go with marble, but you can't really do the marble roofing like you do on like the Parthenon. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to use these smaller ones here. I tried experimenting with this last night. Sorry if I stutter. I do tend to stutter quite a bit. But we're going to use these little slopes here, and I've got a couple of white. It's almost like a pure white. So we're going to put those there on the sides, and let's put a couple things on top. So on top, we're going to put in that 1 meter ridge. That's going to be a little bit too much. Yeah, that's not going to work out. So that's time to improvise. We're going to move these two pieces this way, and we're going to make this a little bit wider because I kind of want that. I kind of want that side to be. I kind of want this little slope because it looks a little bit more like the ancient Greek facade rather than a lot more slanted and stuff. Like we're aiming for the U.S. Capitol. We're not aiming for the old school IHOPs or like I can't remember the name of the old franchise that had like they were basically triangular buildings. I don't know if it was the really old Wiener Schnitzels that had those. The one, like I think it may have been Wiener Schnitzel that had those particular buildings. And we don't need stucco, we need lime plaster. So lime plaster is right there. And we're going to go with the smaller ones. So we're going to push this one down. We're going to push this one over there. And we got to put a couple on the other side. So a couple of them on that side as well. And a couple small ones. 1, 2. Normally I copy and paste these, but 1, I'm lazy tonight, and 2, we're going to go, and it's so small that it's not going to really matter as much. So those are all in. Then so that's going to be a little bit of a shrine, but we're not quite done yet because we're going to put in a like a column or something. So we're going to use the stucco columns. So I was kind of going with the column, like column 4. We can kind of put these. It's a little bit open, but I think that's going to be okay. And it would be kind of cool to. I don't know if I want to do this or not. Maybe just put like a little bit of a. We'll just do this, and we got it. Not all the way down. Okay, so we do some of those, and then we kind of just duplicate these all the way like that. And that looks kind of cool. I'm still not exactly sure what I was aiming for, but I think it's like a nice little shrine that was kind of... I kind of wish I could put some statues and stuff there. I can put like a little TV screen here. And let's see what we got here. We're going to put in 4-meter screen. No, 8. Can I fit in 8? Yes, I can. And that way we can kind of put this like that. Whoop, we don't need that. Actually, take a look. Let me see what we got here. Make sure my staff features are off while I'm thinking about that. So anyways, because staff features are not going to go, and that's exactly what we kind of go with that one for now. So Adonis, the god of male beauty. So we go with that right there. I know it's the same one as over there, but that's the one that I have. That's the one I finished. So we're gonna go ahead and put in. We could put some birch trees on this one. Make things a little bit different. Kind of put those kind of in a zigzag in a way, and then we can kind of go with some more of the birch trees on this side. I don't think the station. Yeah, the station doesn't go that low, so. We can kind of, we have a little bit more leeway, but we don't want to block the sign. Now this side, we're going to go ahead and put in, we're going to go ahead and push this area in a little bit, just a very small amount. And then we got to also level this side up a little bit, so that way it's a little bit there. That way you don't have to worry about, having to put a little bit of water in like that, and then we're gonna do this. So we put a couple more of the trees on this side. I don't want this to be a tree planting stream, but we do want to put this in, and we do want to put that one in as well. And we can go ahead and put in probably some water features. So we're going to put in the water like this. Let's see what we got here. We can go with my water spouts. So water spouts are always a personal crowd pleaser. So we can put those in. We can put in a few on this side as well. Kind of go like that. We'll go with 7. So we'll go with 7 of those, and then we're gonna put in probably a. Let's put a nice little oak tree in the middle. So I'm going to go with another oak tree 1. I guess we can kind of go with that. That way there's enough trees, and that way we get this queue line going for us. So now we're going to pause the game. And we got our 2 queue lines done. So Heracles is done, Adonis is done. We got to put some stuff in between. So what's a good idea? Should we put in a hotel over here, or should I put the hotel in somewhere else? Well, I think the first thing I should do is connect this path to the entrance. So we can kind of do this and kind of go with that. And I'll work on the entrance plaza a little bit later. I don't know if I'll get to it tonight or if I get to it somewhere else. Or we could finish at the Chinese side. This stream, it's a little bit less planned than the one I had yesterday, because yesterday was like I had a goal in mind for yesterday, which I achieved, and that was basically to build all the coasters on the Greek side of the park. And I could work a little bit on like Adonis, or work a little bit. Well, Heracles seems to already have like I've already done most of the theming for Heracles, so I think this coaster we're pretty much good. I think it's more of like Adonis is the one that definitely needs more theming, and we definitely have to do a lot more theming for Journey of the Argonauts. So we could work on that. We could work on the hotel. I think we'll go with this one first. So entrance on this side, exit on this might be a problem. Okay, we're gonna go with 13. Oh, okay, we can diagonal it. There we go. That'll work. And then we're gonna go underneath the lift hill, and down we go. And on this side, I guess we could do something a little different. We can kind of go, and actually we shouldn't go too far, because otherwise we're going to have a little bit of a, and I kind of wish I made this ride a little bit longer, because it is rather short. But like, I think this first part I've kind of got set. If I'm going to make any changes, I don't know how fast the ride's going when it reaches the splashdown, the second one. So I could do like a heat map and see how fast it's going. Let's see how fast is it. It's going about 47 miles an hour. I don't know if that might be something. I kind of do want a little bit. I kind of do want a little bit of that little bang there during that final splashdown. But I don't know if it's really going to be that. Let's take a look at the excitement. It's not really. Well, it's definitely doing a lot as it's heading towards the station. But it's definitely like it's really getting high. Like that first drop there, and then it kind of just meanders in and then it really hits it. But I don't think there's much we can really do about. We could try to speed up the station a little bit. Sorry if I'm feeling all stuffy. Okay, the chain's as fast as it goes. The station's as fast as it goes. We could give this a try, because that is going to affect the excitement a little bit, but not by much. Go up the hill. We're going to head to the side. We're going to go up here. And it's going to shoot over to the right. And we actually didn't color this ride last time, so we didn't really do much with it at all. So it's going to go up. It's going to head over to the right. It's going to go over around right here. And then we're going to head over to the left and splash our way into an autosave. And start making our way back to the station. Okay, so let's take a look and see what we got here. So somehow that made it worse. So I don't know how that made it worse, but we gotta work with it. We definitely gotta work with it. So let's see what we got here. We're gonna go ahead and probably put in a nice little terrain over here. There's not a whole lot that we need to really worry about, but we're going to put in some terrain over here. And we're going to have it kind of go over here. This is going to be a bit of a lake. So, a nice little lake over here. We're just going to push all of this down. As long as there's like a water channel or something like that. We'll decide what to do with the rest of it later. But for now, Wow, that's actually pretty good size there. And then for this side, what we're going to do is we're going to make it a little more intense, but we're going to go up, and we're going to make a little bit of a mountain. And we can kind of go a little bit onto like the side of the mountain, stuff like this. We're going to go all the way up. This is going to be like a big mountain. So, and there's really not much we can, I guess we can kind of do that. Sorry about that. Yeah, I had a bunch of yard stuff I have to take care of today. I'm still kind of feeling a little muddled from that. So apologies in advance. But I guess this part we can kind of put it underground. I guess it'll make things a little more interesting. We'll put some lights and stuff inside as it. So a good amount of the ride's actually going to be underground. Kind of blend this out. Blend it all the way out. Kind of like that. And we're just going to kind of do this on the other side as well. Kind of just grow the mountain a little bit. Grow it over. Move it all the way over. Push, or basically pull all this over here. And that still doesn't look very natural. But it's really hard to. Yeah, that's one thing I'm not very good at. Is I'm not very good at making things natural. So we'll just do that. Go over here. You can kind of push this part down again. That way there's enough space and create a little bit more of that lake. You can even push. Whoa. Okay, we don't want to do that though. That would be, well, we don't want to do that either. We can kind of push this lake all the way down and kind of go with something like this. And it's actually going to extend a little bit into like the drop area for Adonis. So it'd be kind of cool like if we do that to kind of blend the two reds together. At least that's kind of what I'm thinking about. But, so there's going to be a little bit of that lake there. There's not going to be much really to see like inside the tunnel. And then we're going to, of course, put in some more like, we can put like more buildings and stuff over here. Work on that a little bit. Let's see what we've got foundation-wise, because we can kind of put in that, something similar to what I did with the Parthenon. Although it may be a little bit more involved. But I'm not sure what I want to do with that just yet. So I think for now, we're going to go and we got to work on this entrance line. So our entrance queue, I think we use the cobblestones for this. Okay, so we're going to have to go up first, and then it's kind of weird that it's making me do this. What we're going to do here is we're going to go all the way across, all the way over, and then all the way back. Okay, I'm not really too fond about the cattle pen that I got going here. I guess that's as far as it goes, but okay, so that's really as far as I can make it. But we can kind of do something over here. But we're going to have this tie in probably around that area. And then on this side, we got the same cobblestones that we got going over here. And this is where the grid comes in. So we're going to put in one piece of the grid like this. Actually, we can go a little bit further down. Yeah, go a little bit further. Go all the way over here. And we're going to basically connect their line just like that. So at least we got that going for us right there. I'm going to push this over here. We could make that more diagonal. That might be better. So let me see if I can do this. We're going to deselect the grid, and we're going to go and we're going to make a full size 26. But we're going to make this diagonal. So with this one, we're going to just have it be a diagonal run. But it's not going to be all the way over there. It's going to be from here. I'm going to make this run just like this, and hopefully put 2 and 2 together, and that's going to be basically our footprint. So, yep, there we go, perfect. So that's going to be kind of our main footprint for the Greek side of the park. We could probably put like a track ride or something over where the cursor is right now, or put something over on this side. But I still got to put the hotels in, and I still got to find a spot like to put, yeah, because we could potentially, it might be a little bit harder, and actually I'm probably not going to do it. This might be the other thing I might do tonight. So let's get that mountain done on the Chinese side while I'm thinking about it. So it's going to go up like this, and it's going to kind of make a little bit of a slope over on the side, and we're actually going to put in, and that's actually perfect right there, because at that point it's going to make it easier to that way the chairlift, and there's actually a little bit of a terrain there between where the chairlift ends and where the lock flume starts. So we're going to have this. I like to have my lock flumes, the lift hills with the lock flumes covered, because they are kind of a bit of an eyesore, if you ask me. It's going to go down like that, and this mountain is also going to go over here. So it's going to kind of do this, and it's going to be a little bit of a, yeah, I don't know if we're going to have that all the way over there. Make sure this is all flattened, because we could create a little bit of a cliff on like that, and then we can kind of just grow it on this side as well, and just kind of blend it over on this side, and we just kind of blend it over kind of like those. So just keep pulling all the way across, and I'm just gonna put a couple more on this side, just kind of get a little bit of that feeling of but here we're gonna shrink it down a little bit. Let's see if we can level up our terrain, and then we can smooth this part out. Let's see if we can do this. So we're going to flatten up to the drop, but we're going to create a little bit of a cliff over on this side, but just kind of blend it up a little bit. Not much though, just a little bit, and get a little bit more of that smoothing tool. Get that nice and smooth. Get that over there as well. I'm going to kind of just pull this on the other side. Just kind of pull all these and go for that. I think that's going to be good enough. And then I think what we're going to do next is probably put some trees in. So, because you can never have enough trees. I could do some more of like the Qin Dynasty buildings. These are prefabs that are from the game. Mostly because I am not the best at actually building buildings. As you can definitely tell by the many buildings that I have tried to build myself over the course of this game. So these buildings are going to be blueprint buildings from basically prefabs. So that's kind of what I was doing like for some of the other stuff too. But we can kind of build some of these Qin Dynasty towers. We can put a larger one up on this side. It's going to be like a little Chinese village that we're kind of going with over here. So a couple of the smaller ones, just like those, and we can kind of put another of the big buildings kind of towards the back, and then we're going to put in probably some mountains towards the back there, and get some nice little foliage in. But before we put the trees in, we're going to have to pull this and pull the terrain. Basically create our sight line. So because you got to have that feeling of immersion. And we're not going all the way to the edge, but instead we're going over here, making a little bit of a cliff here, and then it's going to be obscured by this, like the sight line here is going to be kind of obscured by the trees. And just going to pull all these off on this side and get all those nicely done. So just pull all this over. Got a whole bunch of sycamores and stuff that we can kind of go with. And just go all the way kind of like this, and just keep pull. Just keep on pulling. Pull so much terrain until it breaks apart like taffy. So just do all this, and we're going to smoothen it all out. Excuse me. I'm so sorry that I had to cough there. And yeah, but I didn't want to miss. Like I wanted to stream last Saturday, but I canceled on last Saturday because I wasn't feeling very well. But I didn't want to miss 2 Saturdays in a row. That would be really unprofessional on my end. So, and Fridays and Saturdays are really the only 2 nights that I can stream Planco. So, because I have other things going on the other days of the week. I do work full time. I'm not going to go into the details about what I do, other than it's basically engineering work. And I have some friends and stuff that know me kind of know a little more about the details, but that's kind of stuff that I don't want. That stuff's a little more private, so I kind of want to go with. I kind of want to keep that stuff to myself as best I can. So let's get rid of the oak, and we're going to put in some. We're going to put in some more sycamores. So we're going to put some sycamores on this side. We got a couple of the village buildings and stuff in the back here. It's kind of a little bit more, and that little. Kind of go with some of those like that, and we may even put in some. I don't know if the birch trees are like that or not. The Crimson King definitely doesn't work. But the great thing about oak 3s is that the oak 3 trees are and yes, I said 3 intentionally, is that they're good fillers. So like the oak 1s are good for like paths and stuff, but the oak 3s are going to basically be like a sight line, like a good way to act as like an immersive sight line, and kind of go with this as well. So the sycamore 1s I also use to add a little bit more variety and color. The ashes are also pretty good for adding a little bit of color variety, and we kind of go with those towards the back here as well. Like I think the deciduous map is probably the one I use the most for most of my parks. So because of how, mostly because of like how versatile the theme is, like compared to different park themes, and as much as I don't want to admit it, most parks in the U.S. at least are on the East Coast, and so it kind of has that kind of common feel that a lot of people are more used to. Like I know things are a lot more arid on the West Coast, so. But I am definitely pro West Coast. So yeah, because I grew up in California and then I live in Vegas, so we're gonna go ahead and put some of those over there, and we're gonna put in some of those right there, and there we go. So we got those 3 going on that way. We're gonna put some ash trees on this side as well, and we probably put in some more, probably more sycamores first. So we kind of go with the sycamores, kind of going with that first, and we're just gonna kind of blend these all in. And then kind of go with, not the sycamore 3s. Sycamore 3s, I guess I could put a couple of the smaller ones in as like fillers and stuff going all the way across. Pretty much all the way over there. And then we're going to put in some oaks probably towards the back. So, and go all the way towards the back. There we go. So most of our lock flume is decorated towards the back there. I do want to color this. So we're going to color, our channel is going to be like very, I guess that's good enough for the actual channel. So, well, okay, that's kind of cool. We're going to go with black for the supports. But on the other side, we're going to go with the darker shade of green, like for the lift hills and stuff. And we can kind of go with that darker green as well for like the outside of the flume. It definitely looks Christmassy, but I'm trying to aim for that like ancient China theme. So I know that the sides of the building are more of that bluish color, but I kind of wish. Oh yeah, I think you can. You can't really see the logs from here. But how many of these logs do I have? Oh, we gotta have more than one. We gotta have more than one log. We're gonna go with 8 because that's about as many as we have in the station right now. So, and where's our entrance and exit? So entrance and exit go. Entrance goes there. Exit goes there. Connect entrance to path. We use the second wooden one. Now for this one, we're gonna have to go all the way towards the back here. There's not a whole lot of space to put the line, but which is kind of on me because I didn't really plan that. But we don't want to put that. Nope. Do not do that. Okay, let's make it a little bit more natural looking there. And we're just gonna go off to the side, and we can kind of just move on over this way, and you can kind of create something like this. Now the exit path is going to be on the other side. We're just going to use the red bricks. Oop, not that big. So it's going to go down, going to move over to the right. Just like that. And we need to move our queue line a little bit better. Okay, not like that though. We need to have a little bit of space for the priority pass. So, okay, this is not cooperating. Okay, so we'll try that. Create a priority pass. So enable priority pass. Entrance is going to be over here. Let's see if we can make it a little bit longer than what the game is telling me to. And, oh, not that way. No. Okay, there. Okay, yeah. It's being a little bit difficult. Very difficult there, but we got this going. So, a little bit, I kind of like that U-turn. So, there we go. There's our priority pass line. So now, we got a couple of trees and stuff here, and we also need to put in our sign. So we can put in our sign kind of like this, and these are the half walls, but that actually might be for the best. 1, 2, 3, because we can kind of elevate this sign up a little bit with the half walls. So the half walls go like that. We're going to copy our whooshing from here, and we're going to go all the way like this. And this is going to be Feng Shui false. So, okay, make sure it looks all right. And for this one, we're going to go and we're going to make our frame that darker shade of blue. And is that almost black there? I think we can go with that as well. And then we're going to go with the darker blue on that one, and we're going to go with a brighter shade of blue like this. So that's going to be our entrance for that. And then after that, we're going to put in some trees, because like the Lorax, we got to speak with the trees. And put some trees in over here. Some nice little birch trees and stuff, we're going to put them in. And sweep all the way across. So, we got to do that. And then we're going to go over here, put a couple of those in there, and then we can put some sycamores on this side as well. And autosave is going to do its thing. So, and then on this side, we're going to put some more of the trees on this side. So, we're going to put some over here. I guess we can kind of, like, I'm not exactly sure what I want. If I want to just kind of blend it up a little bit. I don't want to put too many things close to the track because otherwise it's not going to be a good ride. But we can kind of do something like this. And I think we've got some, I kind of want to stick with the birches. Like, I don't know if the cypresses would work well with the theming here. But we kind of go with something like that. And we can put in a sycamore, probably a couple sycamores over here. Kind of just blend this up a little bit. A couple more over there. We have some larger oaks. We can put some oaks up on top. Maybe put it, no, that's a little, not enough space there. So one oak there, another oak, yep, right there. And we're all just going to kind of blend all this up. So we're just going to kind of put more oaks over here. These are basically filler trees. So we have to keep those in as fillers and just go all the way across like that. So that's looking pretty good. And this spot here, I haven't decided. Oh yeah, that's right. There were supposed to be 2 hotels, and I forgot to put the Chinese one in. So, and there's also this space, this little patch like here. You guys can't see my cursor, but with the pathing tool, I think you can kind of see where. You guys can see where that is, but we're not too concerned about that yet. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to build a hotel. So this hotel, we're going to start with the building, and we're going to have it face, I think facing the chairlift is probably the best course of action. So before we put that stuff in, we're going to have to put in our shops first because we got to have a foundation before we put in the rest of this. So I think with this one, what we're going to do is we're going to put in, where we got here, we got a hotel. So, and we're going to do a custom hotel here. So we got to put in our foyer first. And with this one, it'd be kind of cool if we were able to get this halfway, this, just eyeballing it, this looks about halfway. So then, but that's going to be kind of the main entrance, and each hotel can have up to 100 rooms. So we're going to build this, and there's going to be a little bit of space. So we kind of got 7 rooms that we can kind of put in here. These are all standard rooms, by the way. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 5. Okay, so this is our 7 by 7 space, but we're going to put in another 7. So basically we have 49 rooms that we're going to be putting in on this first floor. And then each floor up is going to add fewer rooms. It's going to be kind of like a pyramid in a way, except that it's going to be, sorry, it's going to be a little bit like, there's going to be a little bit of space. So, and we can't go too far back because all these have to be able to connect to the lobby. So, I guess in some ways we can kind of do this, and so that's going to be the first floor, but we're going to put in another floor like this. So we're going to put another 25 rooms on the top, so that's going to equal 74. So we got 74 rooms that are going to be going in this hotel. So we're going to put those over there. And then we're going to put in, then these are going to be luxury rooms. So we got 74 rooms installed so far. Then we're going to put in 9 more rooms. So that's going to be 83. So we got 83 rooms put in. And then put another 9 rooms, which will be 92. So, but that's as high as we're going to go because 9 more is 101. And I could put 8. Like, I guess I could put 8 more in, and these are going to be luxury rooms, like in the center, and it's going to be a much taller pagoda towards the top. So, here's how this works. So we got our hotel, but we got to put in, we're going to assign the hotel rooms first. So, I'll name the hotel later. I can't think of any good names right now. If there's anybody in chat, please let me know if there are any good hotel rooms or hotel names that you can come up with. So I guess we can try those out, and we'll try that out and see if that happens. And but for now, we need to make sure that we have this hotel lobby connect to the hotel rooms. So this should be exactly 100 rooms. Perfect. My math, I can math. I could definitely math. So I guess we can go with, okay, this is going to be really dumb, but I'm going to give this a try. So let's see what Google Translate says, because I don't speak Chinese, and so okay, all right. So we'll try this out. That is way lengthier than I was expecting it to be, but Google Translate tells me that that is supposed to be how you're supposed to write. Oh, okay, never mind. There's not enough. Oh, I just realized there's even more. God, this is long. Okay, this is not a good idea. We'll just do this. Okay, so this translation has not been verified. That is not fun. Okay, this is not what I was expecting, but I can't think of anything better. You know what? This is a bad idea. So we'll just call this the Chi Garden Hotel. There we go. That's gonna be its name. I was gonna try to do something in Chinese, but I don't speak Chinese, so it's not gonna be really helpful. And I don't have any friends that are willing to translate. So yeah, like I know some people that took Chinese in school, but they want nothing to do with China, and we'll just leave it at that. But for now, let's build this building. So we're gonna build a building, and this is where that Qin Dynasty stuff comes in. So we're gonna use the Qin Dynasty walls, and kind of go off the side like this, and we're just basically, that's like an archway, but we can use that little archway down there, and this is gonna work out great. But it's actually gonna go, and I guess there's a little bit of a little bit weird here, but we can kind of go off to the sides, and it was a little bit, something's a little off. I guess it's just a matter of knowing like how far I should have gone. So like, okay, so that side's still gonna work, but we're just gonna keep pushing it over this way. So, whoop, in you go, in you go. Okay, so there's our first level. So we got one level down, we got more levels to go. So we're gonna use the smaller roof. Actually, we're gonna make a second level of the walls. So the second level, we're gonna use walls, and we're gonna go and we're gonna create this. I am doing this slow because I want to make sure it's done right. So we're gonna move over this way. Like, I know I could use copy paste, but I want to make sure I don't mess up too much. So we're gonna push these over. And we're just going to go all the way over here. And we're just going to kind of loop around kind of like this and just go all the way around, kind of like that. So now what we're going to do is, now we can go on a roof, and we can actually go with like the larger roof or something like this. So with this one, we're going to use a different shade. We're going to use green for the roof and stuff. So we're going to go with green like that. And we're going to move over and put some more green over there. And to make it like stand out a little bit more, because we have a lot of the red roof. So we're going to put that in, and then we're going to put in some of the guides on this side. The roof caps are going to go over here, and we're going to go and do something like this. So now this time, I think because I don't want to keep pushing the shift key, I don't want to turn sticky keys on if I can avoid it. Alright, so now we're going to do that. Okay, we got just these 6. And we're going to, is it really 6 of them? That is weird. Okay, so that's done. So now we need to put in like I don't know if that's a 2 meter slope or if that's a 1 meter slope. I think that's a 1. We'll have to see how that looks. But we do have outer corners. Okay, that's a roof cap outer corner. We're gonna put in, that had like little corners and stuff on the sides. So there's a little bit of a cap like this. But before we continue, we need to get, I guess what we can do is we can kind of do this. So we got a 2 meter slope, and we're going to use the 2 meter slope like this. And once again, we're going to, actually we don't have to. Do something like that. Down we go. One of these days we'll get it right. There we go. Now. Okay. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to just do this and just copy it over like that. And copy it over like this. And copy it over like this. Alright. One level down. So now we're going to build our next set of wall, which is going to be basically from this level up. So this time around, we got another round of these kinds of walls like this that may not necessarily be where they need to be. But we can kind of improvise. So can we go up like this? Where is level 3? So zoom in. And so that's basically it. Oh yeah, because it is halfway. And we should be able to use the other wall first. So, sorry this is taking so long, but we'll just go with that, and we're going to duplicate it. Go all the way over here, and rotate this. This is on the wrong side, isn't it? Something fell off. So, okay, that's better. That looks way better. Okay, so, and not only does that look better, but it also does something a little bit different. So, put those there. And we're going to move some of these over as well. And we're going to push all these this way. So we're going to go all the way over here. And we're going to move all the way over this way. And we got one more round that we're going to build on this level before we have to build our next roof. So this one is going to go like that. It's going to go all the way over here. We're just going to do this one manually. and then we'll build our next roof. So roof's going to kind of go like this. So this would be kind of interesting if I'm going to be able to pull this off, which I'm hoping I should be able to. So this one, we're going to go with that. And so that's going to be kind of that going for us right there. And then now we're going to build our next level of the roof. So the next level of the roof is going to be, we're going to use the medium. Is that really the medium? It doesn't look like it. What's the difference between the medium and the large? Oh, okay, I get it now. May as well use the large then, if it's the same, yeah, if it's the same, like, width and stuff, so, whoop, undo. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that feels more natural. So put those like that, put those like that, and we're going to put those like that. So now we have our next level done, and then now we got to build our next slope up. So it's basically the same thing that we just did, except not right there. It's basically build kind of like that, except it's a little weird. So there we go with that, and we're just going to go ahead and we still need to put in the slope. Whoop, the slope like that, and we're just going to duplicate all these. Get to build another piece of the roof like that, and spin it all the way around. So all the way to the top, and then so that's going to be that round. And then what's next is that we got to build another round of the tower. So, but this one's a little bit taller, so we can kind of go 5 squares up. So actually you only need to go 4. So then we're gonna swing this all the way around. And there's not really much we need to say about, like, I'm glad I don't have to decorate the interiors of these hotel rooms, because otherwise we'd be here all night. Actually, we'll be here next year, and keep in mind I'm streaming in January. So now this next part, we're gonna make this a little smaller. We're gonna use the small ones this time around. And then there should be some like half caps or something like that. So we got the roof cap like this, or I think we've also got I think there's like a half cap somewhere. There we go. We could do like the half cap like this, and we're just going to go over there, and we go over there, and we go over there. So that smaller one is definitely going to be a little bit of an, I think in some ways it's going to be a little bit different. And then what we're going to do now is we got to build another round of the slope. So we got one round of slope like this, another round of slope like that, and we'll just kind of build these. We can kind of build these manually because it's so short. And is there anything in the middle? I guess we can kind of go up one of these in there. Okay, so I guess this one can kind of clone it. So just kind of clone it like this, and just go all the way around, and just go all the way up like that. And now we're just going to go, and whoop, we got to make sure, is that first one in the right spot? Something's off. Okay, yeah, something is definitely off. Oh, I see now. Okay, so you can put those 3 like that, and I'm just going to rotate all the way over here, all the way over here. We've got one more. And we can kind of do the same thing on these, except we're going to kind of do this Yeah, this part's gonna be a little different than the rest of this because we got to make sure that this kind of does this. So spin like that, spin like that, spin like that. I don't know how I got half walls out of that, but there we go. And now we can kind of do the half capping. Oh yeah, I think it's because of the half caps. That's probably why I got half squares. So we go down, and then we're going to spin around like this, and I'm just going to go up and up like this as well. Going to go all the way up like that, and spin one more time, and there we go. All right, next up. Same thing except much taller. Whoop, autosave. Same thing except a little taller. You got to stack them to the heavens. You can write a song about that. So, or if you prefer, we're gonna go heavensward. I've got bad jokes for days. I've also got a missing roof piece. So we'll fix that missing roof piece right now. Okay. So, and we can kind of go one. I kind of want to go one more before I reach the top. So it's one of those that's like a balancing act. So we're going to go over here on the sides. We're going to spin this way around and spin over this way around like that. And I still missed one. Okay. I still missed a roof piece. I think that's telling me that I need to stop. So that's telling me that we need to reach the top of this building. Now, too bad there's no actual cap that I can see that's like a pointed cap in the very center. So we're gonna have to improvise a little bit towards the top, and this is kind of where these gabled roofs come in. So I guess we can kind of gable it up. And let's see what we got here. Where are our Qin Dynasty walls? So we're going to go and create like a not a 4 meter. Yeah, we can kind of go with the 1.5 meter, 1.5 meter, or the 3 meter slope. That's what we wanted. So okay, so that's in the correct spot. One like that. Why is it weird? It looks kind of weird. And then I wonder if there's there's a 2 meter wall and a 1 meter wall. So we have a 2 meter wall and another 2 meter wall and another 1 meter wall, 1 meter wall, and we'll do the 1.5 gable. No, not like that. There we go. Perfect. So now we're going to put in our roof like this. So 3 meter slope. So we got one of them on that side. We're going to put in another on that side. And we can kind of put in, nope. It's kind of weird that they put the 1.5 before the 1. It makes no sense. So that's going to be, it still looks very bare bones, but I think there's a couple of decorative walls and stuff we can put in. So we can kind of go with, oh yeah, we got like interior panels and stuff we can kind of put in to kind of sprucing things up a little bit. So let's see what we got here. We kind of go with that. Yeah, this kind of works. I kind of like this, but let's make this a little bit better. That way we can add a little more variety. Okay, and that's not what I wanted. Kind of go with the red for that. We're going to go with the gold. The gold's not too bad. And go with the black. So I'm going to build this kind of on the sides. And do the same thing over here. It's probably not the intended solution, but in some ways it kind of works. It adds a little bit more variety. And good when I'm going to do one more of these. Alright, so that looks pretty cool. And so now, there should be some lights or something. Let me see if I can get some lighting. Decorations. Lights. Perfect. Alright, so now we're going to make this 1 a.m. if we're going to put in some lighting. Normally I save lighting for like the end, but in this case, because it's kind of ingrained into the integrity of this building, it's going to have to be saved for a different, saved for basically now. So save the top of the tower like this, go all the way over there like that, and one more side. You can barely see the elemental guys in the back. But we got those going right there, and we got our lights basically built up. And what we can do, we're going to go back to daytime, because it's easier to see during the day. And we're going to put these on the even panels, and same thing with this one. So put these on the even walls. And we got one more on the other side. And we're going to put another one over there. And so that's pretty much good for that. We can kind of do the same thing with these down here, because we can kind of just, for completeness sake. And one more over here. And we got one more wall on this side. Alright, back to night mode. And we're going to basically do this. And we're going to basically do these over here as well. And then we can kind of do this as well on this side. Oh, did I not? Okay, there we go. Didn't feel right. So anyways, over on this side, do the same thing. And we're going to put in some more wall, or put in some more lanterns over there. And we're going to put some more lanterns on this side. Whoop, not there though. Although that's not a bad idea. But I should have thought about that one earlier. Yeah, is that really a bad idea? It's passable, but I think that'd be too many lanterns if I did that though. And I don't want to mess things up too much. But actually we got one more round of lanterns that we got to put down below. So the odd numbered panels are going to get the lamps on this level here, not on the very base though. But then we get a few extra lamps over here as well. And we're going to put those over there, and we got one more side that we got to put lamps on. So there we go. The hotel is looking pretty good. So let's go ahead and hit done. And now we got to exit out of all this. And let's put in some more trees, because every stream has to have trees in it. So let's put in some trees over here. These are basically just to decorate this part of the park. And we can even put some sycamores or something down below, kind of like this. We can put some sycamore trees. Kind of form almost like a line there. And kind of just ease on in there, but that's not going to be around much. Kind of weird to put is that high enough for the chairs? Yes, it is. So, we're going to go with those over there. Put some more trees on this side as well. Whoop! Put some more over there, and put some oaks like this. We don't want to put too many of them there, but I can't build the building, so it looks kind of weird. So, Actually, that last... Oh no, that one is correct. Never mind, that's for that wood elemental. So we don't want to disturb the wood elemental. And over here, we're going to put some of the... we could put some more of the birches. Kind of form that a little bit like this. Kind of interesting if I get some like fencing or something over here. Make this a little bit more lively in a way. Excuse me. So, what do I got for fences? Do I have fences here or are they in the building category? That's a good question. Special effects, display, art shapes, props, path extras. But really, the other props? This is, I'm not exactly sure where it is. Okay, maybe statues and centerpieces. Oh, okay, you guys are the sigil was off. Okay, so anyways. Okay, there's fences. So, are there any Qin Dynasty fences? No, there are not. So that's not what I'm looking for. Are there any fences that may work? So we got iron fence. No, that's too European. Low metal fence. This could possibly work. And we can kind of put in... This is one thing I definitely have to put in more. 1 second, please. Okay, sorry about that. I had to stay hydrated for a minute. I think what I can do is I can kind of do something like this. I'm going to start it right here, and we can kind of just slowly... This is a pretty lengthy thing that I got to do here. Get some of these fence pieces in like this. Okay. So we're going to try this again. Oh, I can't duplicate this? Are you serious? Okay, let's try this multi-select tool. Ha! Perfect. And that's not cool. Oh, except we can do this. Ooh, this is going to be harder. But, just like that. Okay. Alright, I think we need 4. So, in we go. And... now. Okay. We have to kind of zoom in there. I don't think it's exactly perfect, but it's really close. And then what we can do is see if we can put in some flowers or something here to add a little bit more color variety. So let's see what kind of flowers we got here that look Chinese. So planters, trees, walls, rocks. What do we got here? Oh, bushes. Bushes might work. So what we got here? We got, what are some native, like, I know there's like lotuses, but those require water. Tulips, that's Europe. Roses are Europe. We could just go with this. Yeah, this is a tough one. Conifers, no. We could go, no, forest bushes won't work. We'll go with the white floral bush, and we're going to use kind of that bright red to add a little bit more variety there. And we're going to put one of these basically after each of these little fences. So it's going to create a little bit of like a scenic walkway that it's going to be kind of that moment is zen in a way. So I'm just going to go over here, go all the way to the end. And then after that, we can put a few smaller trees. We can probably put in I wonder, like, oh yeah, the birch trees, but we could try, is there a smaller one? There, oh yeah, there's the birch twos. So we can kind of put some of the birch twos on the other side over there and just kind of go with those. And those are going to work pretty good. So, and then I think we got a few sycamores and stuff we can put on this side. So we kind of put those in like that. And then I think that's it for now. So we're almost done. In some ways, we're almost done with the Chinese side of the park. So I think we're going to push those in. Something looks off. Okay, maybe that. Oh yeah, because of the bamboo. Yeah, I keep forgetting I have the bamboo as well, so I could always put the bamboo in. But I want to see if I can put something in here. I think it's too small for a ride, but I don't really want to put more shops in because I already have these shops here, and I already have these shops in this row. So there's already plenty of spots for shops. But I think we can still get some stuff put in. So I think. Oh wait! I just thought of something. So it's gonna be hard to do this in a deciduous theme park, but we're gonna put in a little zen garden. So I think that'd be a good idea. Normally you're supposed to put in sand, but I don't have sand on this template, so this is going to be the best we can do. So we're just going to kind of just cover this up with sand, and then from there, if we have those fences again, I think I was able to get this snapped to a grid. At least I hope so. Let's see what actually, I know what I can do. We're going to put in like a metal fence like this. So I usually use this for my fences. And we're going to make this like bright red. And we're going to kind of put it right in the corner. This is going to make my life a little easier to work with. Well, maybe not. But that's what this tool is for. So we're going to balance this out. And then on top of that, we're going to move this right on top of the line. Alright. Edit this again. And we're going to see if we can go all the way across. Ooh. Not quite. We didn't quite make it to the end. So 0 out of 10. 0 out of 10. We're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. So we got other kinds of fences we can put in. So we can kind of put in. Let's see what we got here. We're gonna put in. We don't want to put a stone fence. I think we're gonna stick with that low metal fence again. But this time we're gonna color it red. And this is exactly where we need to plant it. We need to plant it right in the middle of this corner. Actually, we kind of want to do something a little bit more continuous. So, crypt fence is obviously not going to work. Greeble fence? What's a greeble fence? Okay, that's sci-fi. Rough western fence. We're going to put... Because I kind of want something that's a little more... Oh, the wooden... Yeah, these wooden ones might work. Can you color them? No. But it may still work out. So we got 2 of these like this. Maybe, and thankfully we can kind of rotate this as well. So, multi-selection power is activate. Alright, can do with that. And then 4 of them. Oh. And we're just going to dive it in like that. And we're going to... Oh, that's... No, actually, that might be perfect. We'll take a look when we get to the end. But for now, do something like that. It's a tiny bit off, but we're going to move this last one a little bit this way. It's going to blend in a little bit to the edge, but it's the thought that counts. And so now we're going to do the same thing, except we're going to move this to the other side. Not that one. And we're going to zoom in. This is going to be hard. I guess that's what advanced move was for. So, but we can get that going for us there. Get a little bit of that fence on this side. It's easier to, there's less air buildup if you start on this side. So, and kind of build our fence going along this way. So we're going to keep on going like this way. A couple fences over here. Another one right there. It's a very cracked up Zen garden. But we need to move this space. Well, let's copy this side over first. And we're going to move it over there. And I know there's a little bit of overlap on that first wall. There's a tiny crack on both sides. This is no bueno. And we're going to not duplicate, but we're going to add those to the selection. And what we're going to do is use our advanced move. And our advanced move, we need to make sure we can actually see what we're doing. Slowly make it flush with the other. Perfect. All right, so now that's good enough for that. And make sure that's pretty clear. So that's going to be like our Z garden. I don't know if there's any like bamboo or anything I can put in. Actually, I know there's bamboo. I'm at bonsai trees. No, there's no bonsai tree. Maybe in this one. No, there isn't. No, instead we got just bamboo. So put some bamboo groves over here to kind of add a little bit more greenery. This area, I think there's going to still be a flat ride. This area I was going to put in a flat ride, but I wasn't sure yet. But at least we got a couple flat rides in already. I'm going to save before I do anything else because I'm worried that the game's going to crash. I have been going for almost 90 minutes and thankfully nothing yet. I want to go a little bit longer before I end the stream. So, because I want to make sure that everything's all cool with the computer before I do anything drastic. Okay, so we got like a little twirly thingy over there. And we've also got our observation towers. So there's kind of there's 4 flat rides on this side of the park already. And nothing too... I want to make sure there's something here. And there's already like, this is like the pagoda thing here. This looks like this is more like a observation tower. So we kind of want to keep that as like the tallest thing over here. We can kind of go with, let's see here. We're going to put, what's a good one here? The free flyer. No, the genie's definitely not going to work in this one. Here's a free flyer. What's the free flyer? Kind of go with that. Let's see, we put the entrance on there. Put the exit on Make sure it zooms in. That's actually pretty good. Okay, connect the entrance. Make sure it's the correct one. And go over here. And we're going to put that over there. And we can kind of go, I'm not exactly sure what this thing does. Let's give it a test and see what it does. Makes a lot of noise, that's for sure. So far it looks pretty calm. I see a little arm there that looks like it's going to kind of raise up. Is it supposed to raise up? It looks like it's not really doing anything. Okay, there we go. Oh, I see what it's doing now. Okay, we can work with this. So, there we go. So this one we're going to call it, we'll give it a name in a minute, but we're going to go with the green for that, and green for that. Actually gold. And we'll call it Lotus Flight. And actually we're going to replace the yellow with like a pinkish color, and which we're also going to use for, actually we use that for like the petals, like the flowers, but we're going to make this more of the green color. So I think that looks kind of cool. And we're going to put some bamboo and stuff around on the side there. So that's going to be another flat ride. And then over here, I just thought of something that, where was that Centrum ride? So it's going to be a really bad joke, but I'm full of bad jokes. But we're going to have this be, this was going to be called Bamboozler. So, because kind of play on words. A lot of my jokes are play on words, which a lot of people really hate that. But entrance over, make sure to try to make it parallel to that. Exit's going to be on this side. It's going to kind of, the exit path is going to make it, that looks kind of off. I like that better. Alright, so now we're going to build our queue line, and we're going to drop it down like this. So down we go over there, and we're just going to kind of make a little bit of a meandering path kind of in the middle, and that's good enough. So now, so the Bamboozler, it's going to be kind of that dark shade of green, really dark shade of green, even more dark shade of green, and maybe kind of a tannish color. So we'll go with that. So there's the Bamboozler, and it's even got a nice little green foundation. So we're good to go. So we're going to use these, and given it as an appropriate name, we're going to put even more bamboo around the ride until the cows come home, but I don't think there's any cows here. Not that I know of. So we're going to put those in like that. And there we go. We'll put a couple more pieces of bamboo on that side. Just enough until we get to the lift hill. Let's pause the game while we're at it. That way it's easier for me to concentrate. Put those over there, and we're going to go ahead and put some trees. Let's put some oaks. Those are oak ones. Oak trees. These are my background trees. So they're nice. They fill a lot of space in the background. And put all those over there. And put all those like that. A couple more of the trees on that side. And I think we'll like as itself. So let's put a couple birches on. Let's see if we can get a couple birches over in the queue line. So put those over there. Put a couple more over here as well. And just kind of plop those in. And just kind of put a bunch of them in like that. So that's our centrum rad, or also known as the bamboozler. And we can even put some more, we can even put some more birches and stuff over here. Kind of just form a little line. I was going to put some shops here, but the shops I put down a little bit further. So kind of go with those. This is just to kind of create a little bit more greenery in a way. And where's those red flowers? Let's bring those red flowers back. That way there's another spot that, another spot in the park where we can easily see them. And we're going to space them out a little bit more, but we'll just kind of go over here as well and do that as much. There we go. So, 1 second while I grab a drink. Okay, I'm back. So so we got our trees like that, and then we're gonna put in probably some more of the sycamores. I don't know about the sycamore ones. We could put some of those in, and we'll even put in a few of them near the final breaks and stuff. Do something like that. Get a nice little observation. Even put a few over here. We could, there's still some more stuff that we need to put in towards the entrance, but I'm not going to do that just yet because I kind of want to. I got to be able to build the entrance plaza first. So once the entrance plaza is in, so our Chinese side of the park is almost done, and I'm not going to, other than near the entrance, but we're not going to do that just yet. So this would be a good time to start putting some lights in. But we're only going to put lights in on the Chinese side. So I want to see what we got here for... Oh, dragon posts. Those are perfect. Alright, so I hope I didn't put a... I think I did. Yep, I did. Okay, starting here, we're going to slowly put lights in the park. So, and some of these look like... So slowly put some of those in there. Just kind of just plop them in. Yeah, not a whole lot to really say about them. But put some of them there. We're not going to put any in the Zen garden, but we'll just put some over on this side. But I'm glad that these lights exist because this is a godsend. This really saves me from having to worry about having to couple them with something. So I do get a break in the world. So I guess that's a good thing. But I don't think I saw any, well actually I didn't check the benches, but I usually save this part for like last because it's like the fine tuning. Because it does take a while. And some of these over here we'll put some more over there. Kind of around that priority pass line. Put one right there. Put another one right there. Put another one over there. Put another one. A couple more of those over on that side. We'll put a couple more pieces on this side as well. And a couple more over there. And there we go. And I think we're just going to put in a couple more. There's quite a few of these. So these do take a while. Kind of put them on both sides so that way the path is nice and evenly lit. So, sorry about that. And put a couple here for Trial of the Dragon, a couple of the light posts, and so we've got a couple more of those on that side, a couple more over there. I think that might be a little too many. We'll put a couple on the exit path and see how this turns out. Yeah, the ones on the path are a little weird, but at least we got those. So let's see what's lit, what's not. Most of this side, we put a couple. Yeah, I don't think about that, but oops. Put that right there. Yeah, so I think we gotta put a couple more. Well, this is really hard to see. Some of these are really hard to see. I don't even know what direction it's facing. It's really hard to tell. Wow. Okay, I think that was correct. It's really hard. Yeah, it's really hard to tell inside there. Same thing with this one. We're going to have to see what we got here. Put those over there. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so those are good. Oh, I guess there's a couple of over here that I forgot to put in. So we got a couple over there, and we got all of those, and then we already put those in. So it's already facing this direction, so we can kind of put some more lights in over here. This side we kind of have to put a few in over there, and we're just going to keep on putting in more lights until we got all those in. And then we got a couple more over here as well, and one more there, and where else? I don't think I'm gonna light the coasters tonight. I might do that off camera. There'll be a little bit, so we got some more of this. So this is around the hotel. Gonna spin this around. A couple more of the lights like that. A couple more lights over here. And 2, 3. Kind of going like this towards the end. 1. So 2, 3, 4. And we can even put a few from over here next to that fence area. So we kind of go with that. And oh yeah, we still gotta do the other side. So we gotta do over by Wuxing. So we got some of these over here on this side. And put a couple more lights over here. And put a couple more lights. About 3 lights or so right there. And we gotta put a few more lights right over on this side. Kind of put some lights, other side of the wall. Kind of do something like that, and kind of go over here as well. Put a couple more of the lights like that. Try to go all the way across like these, and go with those. We got a couple lamps and stuff we got to put over there. And a couple more lamps towards the exit path. of whooshing. And then we're going to put in another one right here. And you can put a few in the queue line. So yeah, put those over there as well. And we got a couple more over this side. That fire is definitely going to be some. That fire is definitely going to be lightened up a little bit, but put those 3 on that side. We're going to put a couple more over here. Let's just do that. We don't want to block the poster too much. So a couple more over there. A couple more like that. Make sure it's all nice and well lit. You gotta put a couple towards the side there, and a couple more on this side of the queue line. And we're gonna zoom out and see what else we got to do. We still gotta do this area. So over by the bamboozler, and also over by wrong one. Ah, I lost my light. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so put the dragon lights like that. We can kind of put these over here. And then so 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And I think, oh no, there's a few more here for the exit path for cars. So, and we're gonna head down like that, and we're gonna go one more right there. So that's pretty much all the path lighting. I'm not gonna worry too much about the coaster lighting tonight because we are near the end of the stream. So we could do this. We're gonna head back to daytime. And excuse me. And let's see what else we got here. So we got some benches, possibly. What do we got here for benches? What are our options? Palace thrones. Well, that definitely doesn't fit. So sci-fi bench, spooky bench. If all else fails, we can always. Oh, World's Fair bench. How does this look? I'm going to zoom on in and see how this looks. That's actually really good. So we'll stick with this. So benches won't take as long, but we still gotta bench it up. Bench press it. So more benches over here. These are kind of just willy-nilly. I kind of just willy-nilly these. It's not really. But you gotta have a bench every so often because that's kind of how you gotta have spots for your guests to sit down. Because even the most physically fit people have to take a rest from time to time. So put those over there and go all the way over there. And don't worry about the exit paths too much, but we do want to put in a couple benches over on this side. So we got to put a couple more benches over there. There's a couple benches on this side as well. So a couple more over this side, and this plaza area I definitely wanted to try to put some, like almost like a picnic area. It's kind of cool. It was kind of unexpected, but at least I was able to get something out of it. It's not just an exit path. A couple lines there, and we got a couple more on this side, but we're almost done with the Chinese side of the park. So we got that one right there. We got that one. And we're going to put some more benches on this side. We're not going to go past here, though. So we'll worry about that at a later time. So the World's Fair bins, these will work out great for trash cans. Just like, I may have said this on the Redco stream, but when Disney was designing Disneyland, and here I'm talking about Walt, not the company, he was noticing that guests were just littering, so he wanted it so that there would be a trash can within sight distance, regardless of where you were in the park. So, like along the main paths and stuff. So that way you can easily see a trash can and be able to throw whatever it is, like burger wrappers or like your drink cups or something like that. Your disposable ones, not your reusables. I always use a reusable. I usually buy like the souvenir cups and stuff. That way I get free refills. Yeah, like if I'm just going there for a day, then I'll just do the day cup. But like for Cedar Point, I've got the season cup, and it was supposed to be for the 150th anniversary. But you can, for those of you that know how old Cedar Point is, you can probably guess what happened that year. So yeah, and that's all I'm gonna say on that subject, because so we're gonna kind of go with those. Kind of put a couple more of the trash bins and stuff over here. We're slowly making our way towards the little plaza thingy. So a little plaza thingy right there. And I did put a couple benches on this side as well. And we got those. And this path needs more. This path needs more. Lots more. So, boom. And I think that's, did I do them all? I have a feeling there's a few areas I may have missed. Yep, I did miss a few of them. Yeah, it's one of those where it's like, you gotta double check every single one. Oh yeah, like this bench doesn't have one. Some of these benches still don't have them. But I usually try to put one bin for every bench. Alright, so that looks pretty good. This is a good screenshot for the thumbnail. So I'm gonna do like a placeholder for like the for the pre-stream, since YouTube requires me to put in a thumbnail for every stream. But so that's gonna be for the post-stream thumbnail. But before I go, let's go ahead and ride the rides, because that's how I always conclude my streams. So we'll do the Chinese side first this time. We'll do Trial of the Dragon. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and save. So let's do that again. And that's not the start of the ride. Okay, so we're going to start with Trial of the Dragon. This one's got an open station, which there's been a couple of times where I've encountered some open stations. I'm surprised Emperor has one at San Diego. So it's going to go down like this. Go up the hill. You definitely see a lot more of the park being done now, but it's going to look this ride's going to look a lot different once the Greek side's finished. So it's going to go over here. And then it's going to hop around these little bunny hops until we reach the end. So, pretty short ride. Really not much to say about it. And then after that, we're going to ride Karst. So, Karst has got the flying restraints. The start of the ride looks a lot different than it did last time. You can see Bamboozler over to the left, just barely. Skip the lift hill, And then it's going to drop to the right, and it's going to go through the pretzel loop. Most B&M flyers have one of those. Then you're going to go through the mountains. This is, as I said yesterday, this is a more like scenic route. So you're not like, there's a couple inversions and stuff, but you don't really go super fast. But instead you do kind of meander through like the Chinese mountains and stuff. So it's going to go around like this. And yeah, I know it's a little slower, but that's kind of what I was aiming for. But you do get a little bit of a corkscrew near the end. And it's going to move over to the right and reach the final rinks. Just like that. So we got that going right there. Our other one here is Wuxing, which I may mention it yesterday that this coaster is based off the ancient Chinese elements. So it's going to go around here. The start of this ride looks way different than last time. But you get to go up here, and it's going to go through the top hat. Yeah, that one was kind of inspired by Wicked over in the lagoons. Now we're going to the water section. So it's going to go down like this. Go through the metal section. And then after that, it's a nice little airtime hill as we go over here. That's the tree I need to move. Fire section. Yeah, because I thought there was a tree that had to be moved. I guess I forgot to move it. And while I'm thinking about it, I might as well do it. So this tree, I think, is the one that has to be moved. So we need to move it a little closer to the water. All right, we're gonna try this again. You guys get another freebie, but only up until here. We'll see if it looks better. Go through that airtime hill, then it's going to go around here. Now the tree's out of the way, so that way you can go through the loop. And then do another airtime hill, you go through the tunnel, and then it's going to break and head back into the station. Alright, so that's Wuxing for you. And since we're here, we might as well ride the Feng Shui Falls. Apparently the Feng Shui Falls have never been tested, so let's see. So I've never actually ridden this one yet. We're gonna double speed. We're gonna triple speed through the lock flume until we get to the drop. So it's gonna go up the hill, then down, but there's a tree that needs to be moved. I'm not too concerned about the water rides, but at least you get a beautiful view of the pagodas here. As it's going to drop down, and nice little red splash right there. Speed on ahead. We're just gonna, this is triple speed. Triple speed our way back to the next lift hill. We may have to put in some, let's see how dark it looks, but we got the light at the end of the tunnel. So, got that right there, and then here's our big drop. So it's going to drop down, and we. Okay, that looks like a greener splash. And then there's a little bit of a downgrade as we head through the last part of the ride. We got a bunch of trees that have to be moved. I'm not too concerned about those right now. We'll worry about that at a later time. So, and then it goes back into the station. So that's basically all the track rides on the Chinese side of the park. So next up, we're going to move over to the Greek side. So we're going to start with the ride I was going to work on tonight, but I decided not to. The Journey of the Argonaut that still needs its station covered, but I decided to change my mind, work on the Chinese side. So at least the Chinese side is almost finished, but you can really see You can really see it in the distance there. So at least we got that going for us. Let's fast forward through this. But now we've got our tunnel. It's going to get a little bit dark towards the dark depths of the tunnel. And as we splash into another little thingy over here, you can really see the Chinese side of the park. And that's the end. Alright, 2 more rides and then we're going to call it a night. So next up is we're going to do, actually we'll do the Giga first. Yeah, we'll do Adonis first. It needs more, it has less theming. So, and yes, I did ask a friend to translate that into Greek. So that the Greek in that sign is accurate. You get a better view of it from Heracles or as you're heading into the station. So here's the first drop. So it's going to drop down and it's going to go over here and get a nice little, another nice little drop down like this. Get a little bit of a wave turn, not much of one though, as it's going to drop down again. And then it's eventually going to curve over to the right, drop down again, get another miniature speed hill as we go through the helix. I decided to put the helix in just because. And then we have a nice little ejector hill there. And then we have a little bit of a twister hill until we finally reach the end. I'm gonna speed up a little bit. There you can kind of see the full side, and you can see it as well on Heracles. So Heracles is our last one for the day. So we're gonna close it up, do one last ride. Some of the stuff I worked on a little bit last night, but you can definitely see the Chinese side really coming along nicely. As we slowly turn around, you get a little bit of view of that same sign there. Reminding people, I gotta do the same thing on the Chinese side. So we gotta do some of those. So it's gonna go up like this, and then it's gonna drop down, curve over to the right, and it's gonna hop down. One thing I mentioned yesterday was there are after the lift hill, there are exactly 12 drops on this ride to represent the 12 labors of Hercules, or Heracles. I still get it wrong. So there's 4. This one's number 5. And then it's going to curve over to the right. There's 6. And then we got 7. And then it's going to have 8 is right here. And then we got 9. 10 is going to curve over to the right. And then it's going to drop down to 11. And then our last one curves over to the left. We got one last hill that leads to the final brakes. And there we go. So that's going to be the end of the stream today. So thank you everyone for attending. And I'll probably be back next Friday to finish as much as I can. I'm going to try to work on the park a little bit during the week, but I do have other things going on. But it looks like, yeah, the park is slowly making its way, slowly making progress. I'm going to take another screenshot while I'm at it, but I think that other one's going to be the better one for the stream. So thank you all for attending. I'm going to try to stream next Friday at 6 Pacific, 9 Eastern. And until then, I will see you guys next time.